Before the video starts, three quick things. One, if I left anything out that you would like to add, please just let me know in the comments and I'll include it in a part 2 of this video. Two, shoutouts to Mega Kai for the video there, link in the description. And three, there are timestamps on the pinned comment for those of you who don't want to wait 10 minutes to watch the video. Thanks.
You've come to my YouTube channel. Today, as you can see from the title, this is the unofficial guide on how to edit faster on controller. For those of you who were just needed tips or settings or advice on how to edit faster, or maybe to practice, or if you feel like your edits aren't smooth or not quick enough, then this is the video for you. This is just going to contain all the useful tips you need to know about editing and editing fast and improving your edit speed. So yeah, without further ado, enjoy the video. Kind of gonna be covering three things here: sensitivity for editing, binds for editing, and double binds versus confirm edit on release. Now this is for controllers, this is not for keyboard. So for my keyboard players out there, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to click off this video. I might make one for keyboard players in the future, but this video is for controller players only. So let's start with the best sensitivity. What I would recommend is just don't have your sensitivity too fast. Make sure that you have your edit mode sensitivity around maybe 1.5 to maybe 3, depending on what your look speed is. This means that it's not too fast and you can just control your edit speed. So like if I just put my edit mode down to like 1, like this is already like really slow, and I'm terrible at editing now. Now I could get used to this, but it's really slow, so no. So yeah, and also just don't have it too high as well. Like if I just put this on 4.4, like as you can see, I'm just going crazy now. So I just have it like nice and even. So I personally use a 44% look horizontal and look vertical with a 2.3 edit mode multiplier. Now depending on the higher you go, some people use really high sensitivity. For example, LD uses 60/60 and 2.4/2.4, which is not a bad sensitivity, but it is really high and it will take practice to get used to. And I know some people, let's see, I know that, I can't remember their name, but they use a 38/38 and a 2.2, which is really slow, but it's quite smooth as well. So just keep your sensitivity. Really for editing fast is use linear. Okay, linear is so much better for building and editing than exponential. Exponential is used by people, but no, if you want to be like a good editor, do not use exponential. Okay, use a linear. It's gonna make all your builds and edits so much smoother. Okay, trust me, turning on linear will make your build so much smoother. So if you don't have linear on already, please just turn it on, okay? And I think that's genuinely it for the second tip. My third tip is to have a good dead zone as well. So dead zone is really just helps with stick drift. So I'm not even touching my controller right now. This is minimum dead zone. So I can just do that and minimum dead zone. Now minimum dead zone is really good and really smooth, but if you have problems with your controller at all, like if the controller looks or moves on its own, yeah, it's not good to have minimum stick drift on. Like as you can see, my edits are really fast right now because low dead zone is really smooth, but also like as you see, I get look drift. And just don't have your dead zone too high as well. Like if I just put it on, I use a really high left stick dead zone because my left stick is broken, but it doesn't even affect me that much. My right stick dead zone is on 40 right now, and as you can see, it's like playing on exponential basically again. Like for my edits to be smooth, I have to like continuously move around. So what I would recommend is keeping your dead zone from 5 to 15. So don't really go any higher than like 20. If you have to put your right stick dead zone above 20, get a new controller. So just keep your dead zone as low as possible without having stick drift. For me, this is 7. Yeah, I told you I have left stick drift. I'm not even touching my left stick right now. Yeah, for me this is 7. I still get stick drift sometimes, but like barely. It's only if I deliberately put stick drift. Okay, so as you can see, my edits are so much smoother on a low dead zone. And yeah, that's it for sensitivity. Moving on to binds. So my first tip for binds editing is don't have an edit hold bind. So if I just go into regular Builder Pro, you see I have to hold down circle to edit. Now I know some people do use like edit hold time is on the minimum and they are decent at editing, but this can really just mess up your builds if you just want to change mode and you accidentally edit. Like if you just want to get out of build mode but you accidentally start editing it, this can be really painful. So my first tip is don't use a hold bind. The best binds in my opinion are left stick. If I just put on edit now. Come on, wait. I haven't used a left stick edit in ages, so I'm terrible at it. Yeah, left stick edit for both Xbox and PlayStation. Touchpad edit for PlayStation users. Now, sadly, Xbox users do not have the touchpad, but for my PS4 users out there, definitely use the touchpad. It's a really good edit button. Now, this is a claw button, so you're gonna have to like bring your finger down to edit. Like you're gonna need to keep your thumbs on the sticks, because I have a SCUF controller, so I use a paddle to jump. So as you can see, X is my jump button. I have a paddle pointed to X. Now for those of you who have paddles, I genuinely wouldn't really recommend putting edit on a paddle, because it kind of tires out like your back fingers, like your ring finger and your pinky. I would personally just stick to like left stick maybe, or for claw players who use triangle to edit, which is also a good edit button. Now, I personally don't play claw, so I'm terrible at triangle edit, but I know FaZe Sway uses triangle edit, and he is cracked. So yeah, triangle edit for the claw players out there. And yeah, just use the left stick, touchpad for PlayStation, triangle for claw, and don't use your paddle to edit, because it's not comfortable for your back fingers. Okay, that's really it for the binds. We have one last tip for the binds. Make sure your binds are accessible, like, and pressed easily. So don't use triangle if you have to bring up your thumb to press triangle. or like if you have to bring down your finger and it doesn't feel comfortable, make sure that your buttons are easily accessible. Like for left stick, you don't really take your finger off left stick, so it'll be there on the time, it will be there all the time. And triangle for the claw players who always bring their finger down. And also for the touchpad, just if you can manage doing claw and bringing your finger down, then it'll really help a lot. Just make sure you don't have an edit button that's too hard to reach and that's within your range, and also that you don't have to take your thumbs off left stick and right stick. And for this is actually where paddles comes in an advantage. Since your fingers are like always on the paddles, you'll always have your finger on your edit button when you need it. Final thing I'm going to be discussing is double edit binds and confirm edit on release. Now this is a bigly asked question in the Fortnite community. Do you use double binds or confirm edit on release? And can I genuinely say, this is completely up to you and how you feel. I play with confirm edit on release because I find it hard having to press two buttons, but double binds is a lot faster than confirm edit when practiced. Like first way, I use a double binds and he is cracked, and also flee as well. Double edit speed is cracked at the game. Cracked at editing, and he uses double binds. Now I know a lot of the fastest editors like BH, Not Luke or Rift all use confirm edit on release, but that is just for spamming edit, so they don't have to press, they have to press 2 buttons instead of 3. And to be honest, it's hard to time double binds while spamming edit. Now if you are good at pressing 2 separate buttons to edit, and if you're quick at it, then just practice double binds. But if you're not fast at pressing 2 buttons to edit, and you're not very consistent either with it, then I would definitely recommend confirm edit on release. So just try both of them and see how they feel, and just practice with the one that feels right. Bonus tip on how to practice edits is go into the editing dictionary made by Flea. Okay, I used to always grind this map, and this map is really good for practicing your edits. The code is up at the top, but if you can't see it, there is a larger version which will pop up now. Okay, so that's the code there on the screen for those of you who can't see it. Okay, I'm gonna take it off now, but this is just the best map ever to practice your edits. As you can see, I'm doing the edit tunnels right now. And yeah, use code FLEA to double your edit speed. And that's it. So I'm just gonna put a little compilation of me just editing now. So enjoy the rest of the video.